Good morning. Welcome to practice. We're going to begin laying down. We're heading into that end of year, silly season. There's a lot on everybody's plate. And we've been a little bit wilted by the humidity. I'm going to lay down with a blanket under my hips. Soles of the feet together, knees out wide. Supta Baddha Konasana. Pay attention to the shoulder blades tucking towards the back weight. And lengthening the back of the neck. Finding the wave-like breath. Take your arms overhead now, palms up. And just let them be heavy. Connecting to your breath. Notice the slight back bend here. Let the back of the neck feel relaxed. Even rock a little bit your head from side to side. And with the back bend comes more volume in the front torso, the belly, lungs, the ribs. Mm. And then we're going to release the arms and the legs and roll gently to the right side. Now I'm pulling the blanket that's just under my right sit bone or right pelvis, and I'm going to roll to the right. So I'm still perched up on the blanket, and I'm going to put my left leg behind and take hold of the front of the toes. And see if you can curl your toes towards your back. Good. Now, if it feels all right, you can experiment with just rolling back under control. And you can put your toes down on the floor, and maybe you can even settle yourself back almost hip square to the floor. But just settling yourself into a position. Hey there, sorry. Something's really going on with our everything. Internet, mobile data, Zoom. We were in the kneeling position. I'm hoping you've come out of that, and we're going to swap over to the other side. So essentially what you need is your little bit of blanket under your left sit bone, and then you roll gently to your left side, and you take hold of the front of your right toes, and then you might be able to settle them back to the floor. So it might feel a little bit awkward, but we're just trying to get that stretch in a relaxed way in the front of the feet, the front of the toes. You might be able to settle yourself back, sort of hip squarish to the floor. The higher you place the toes, the better the stretch for the front of the thigh. Take some nice deep breaths. And just while we've got signal, if it goes out again, I'd probably advise that you click on a Zoom class on my YouTube channel, because we might not be able to finish. All right, so we'll take that leg out. Beautiful. Now take the knees into your chest and rocking a little bit across your back. We're going to take the knees over to the left side and you're going to look over to the right, and we're going to be heavy. We're just paying attention to how your neck moves. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing your neck. Beautiful. You put your feet on the floor to lift your leg and take the legs to the other side. So knees up nice and high towards your right arm, and we'll have the left arm down on the floor and turn to look left. And just checking in with whether you're holding tension in your neck. I'm holding Zoom tension in your neck or your shoulders. And breathing deeply. Beautiful. And then use your feet to lift up. So got a really relaxed way of moving this morning. Let the knees fall a little to one side and then the other. And we're going to let them get a bigger range of movement each time, closer to the floor. But feel the core of your body start to support each time you hold your legs, lift your legs. Take your head in the opposite direction to your legs and give your neck a little stretch each time. Boom. Come back to center, and you can roll to your right side to come up to sitting, or cross your feet at your ankles, and we're going to take a comfy seat on your blanket. Tucking your chin into your chest. Tuck the chin into the chest and then keep tucking closer and closer, feeling the muscle lengthening in the back of the neck. Good. And then we're going to look up at the ceiling. Now, when you do that, lift the rib cage, the whole rib cage. So you get to look up without crunching or compressing the back of the neck. Beautiful. And then tuck your chin into your chest, but keep the rib cage lifting. Good. And then we're going to look up again. Lift the rib cage. Good. Keep the rib cage lifting. Tuck the chin into the chest. And one more. Lift the rib cage, looking up. And then tuck the chin into the chest. Beautiful. So we've got the rib cage lifting, the shoulders relaxed. Turn to look over your left shoulder. And then back to center. And turn to look over your right shoulder. And we're going to go from side to side. Take it in a relaxed way. Feel that lovely lift of the rib. Long spine. Beautiful. Come back to center. Take your left arm behind you, and you're going to try and reach your left arm over to your right side and take hold of your right arm. You might be just able to grab the wrist, or you might even be able to hold the upper arm. And then we want to twist to the left side. So use your right hand somewhere on your legs to help you turn your torso. We're going to twist to the left side and looking behind you over your left shoulder. Nicely done. And release. And then take the right arm behind you really reach over to your left side and try and take hold of your right arm. And then use your right hand on your legs. You can wiggle it along and looking back over your right shoulder. And breathing deep. Pull the blades relax. And then releasing. And we're going to take circles, and you're trying to draw a circle with your nose, a la Mr. Squiggle, in front of you. We're going to let the spine follow. Nice big circle, perpendicular to the floor. And then the other direction. Lovely. All forward. In all fours, spinal wave forward and back, range of movement. Move your knees, your hips, your elbows as much as you need to find that expression of movement in your spine. Try to keep the neck part of the movement. So focus on the movement of the neck. And let the rest of the spine follow. Nice. And then forward virasana. Knees wide enough for your tummy, your chest, toes touching. And then really reach the ribs forward, spine forward, and the top of the head forward. So we have that length in the neck. Finding the flow of your breath. Take your left arm and reach it across the front of your right knee. And you're going to reach as far as you can. Let your head turn so your left ear faces the floor. Maybe your head is resting on the floor. And if it's not, keep the sides of the neck long. Taking some deep breath. Good. And then releasing that side. And then the right arm reaches past the front of the left knee. And we turn the upper body to face left. So your right ear is facing the floor. Keeping the sides of the neck long. Good. And come back to center. Take the right hand now and reach it behind you and see if you can reach somewhere near your left hip. And we're going to turn the torso again and look to the right again. Your left ear is facing the floor. Relax the shoulders back. Feel the movement of the neck and relax the neck. Good. And then both arms straight out in front. And the right arm behind you as far as you can, reaching for your right thigh. Turn your head, your torso, so you're facing left, and your right ear is facing the floor. Feeling the movement of the torso as you breathe, but relaxing your neck. Good. And then we're going to come into downward facing dog pose. Good. You're going to bring your face towards your right armpit and look under your right arm. Good. Bring your face towards your left armpit and look under your left armpit. And we're going to do that from side to side and feel the influence of that movement in your upper back, your neck. And we're breathing, finding the flow of breath. Looking for a relaxed approach towards this movement. Good. Bring the head back to center and let your head just hang down. Even shake your head a little bit, nod your head a little bit until your neck feels really relaxed. Beautiful. Let's pad the feet, so one leg straight, one leg bent, heel towards the floor from side to side. Keep your head really relaxed, the shoulders broad, feeling the flow of your breath. Nice work. Walking to the front of your mat. Change direction of the front of my mat, just confuse things. Oh, and rolling up. Tadasana. We're going to take the left ear to the left shoulder, then roll the head back. Right ear, right shoulder. Roll the head forward. So we're making a big circle. Feel the movement of your neck. Maybe there's some places that feel a little bit difficult. When you get back to center front, reverse the direction. Take it in a nice, relaxed way. Just looking for your movement. Being curious. Beautiful. Bringing your head back into balance over your spine. And we're going to roll forward, and we're going to do that by tucking the chin into the chest, letting the knees bend, and letting the spine roll forward. Find the flow of your breath. Let's take a few deep breaths here in Uttanasana. Try those little movements of shaking the head again, really relaxing the occiput, the base of the skull. Nodding a little bit. Relax between your shoulder blades. Walk your shoulders up and down, around and around. Neck relax, shoulders relax. Wiggle your upper back, your waist, the sacrum, even bending one leg, straightening one. The whole body is alive to this notion of little movement. Relax, little supple movement. Coming back to center and stillness and the flow of the breath. And then we'll roll up. Let's take the arms up as we come up. Arms facing forward and look up. Beautiful. And Tadasana. Closing your eyes and feel the balance of your spine. Balance of your skull, the way your shoulders feel. Let the shoulder blades be nice and heavy, dense, bone. Arm bones dense. Feeling the flow of the breath. Beautiful. Let's roll forward again in that very relaxed way, looking for the supple movement between the joints of the spine. rolling forward and hanging forward. Okay, let's move the head, whatever feels really nice, relaxing and releasing for your neck. And now your shoulders and your shoulder blades and your upper back. And then now between the ribs and the pelvis, bending one leg, straightening the other. And then letting yourself be in stillness and centered. Feeling the flow of your breath, the aliveness of every joint, and the relaxed feeling in your body. And we'll roll up, and we're going to bring the arms up by the ears and have the palms facing forward so you can feel how broad the shoulder blades are, the collarbone, the armpits looking up. Good. And then releasing. Good. Now, we're going to take a wide-legged stance onto the mat. Toes turned in, heels out. It's so good that the connection is holding, that you're there. Let's take the arms up and we'll look up. So we have the palms facing forward. I love how that feels. You can tune into the armpits, the shoulder blades, and looking up. A little bit of a back bend now. So lift the front of your legs, lift the front of the hips, the belly, the breastbone. Beautiful. Now we're going to try and keep our back bend shape and reach the arms forward. Now, if you don't reach the floor to put your hands down, put them on your legs. Otherwise, really stretch the hands forward as far as you can go without bringing the hips forward of the line of the heels. And we're lifting the kneecaps and quadriceps and the sit bones. And then get that wiggling feeling of finding the suppleness and the movement of every joint, particularly around your neck, and your shoulders, and your middle back. Moving however that feels nourishing, easeful for your spine, your upper spine. Good. Find your center, finding stillness, and finding the flow of your breath. Letting the upper body lengthen, supported by the strength in your legs. Good. Now we're going to keep the neck nice and relaxed and walk the hands back underneath the shoulders and then look up. And when we look up, we're going to draw the shoulder blades back, really focusing on the middle back, the neck. Nice. Keep your back bend shape. Turn your heels in and drop your back a little. So the toes are out further than the heels. We're starting to bend the knees and the hips are dropping back, but we're still making a back bend shape and looking forward. Lift the pelvic floor. We're going to lift the torso. So powerful leg. Lift the torso. Keep the hips dropped down. Lift the pelvic floor. Lift the arms up, palms facing forward and looking up. Keeping the back of the neck full. Beautiful. And release your arms. Straighten one leg and bend the other. I'm going to go from side to side. Now, if you can feel you've got more movement as you start to warm up here, you can go deeper. And you can even do this with your hands on the floor. They reach with ease. Otherwise, keep your hands up on your side. Try not to push down on your knees. Use your legs powerfully. Lift the pelvic floor. If your hands are on the floor, you can walk them from side to side. Just feeling what your hips need. You need to go deeper than you think feels tuning into what we need. And we've been focusing on the neck, so notice how the neck feels here. Try and keep that lovely sense of easy movement, not holding tension in the neck, now that we're concentrating somewhere else in the body. Very good. Come back to center, drop your hips. We're going to lift up, so powerful legs, lift the pelvic floor, lift the arms, palms forward, looking up. And straightening your legs. Oh. We're going to heel toe or jump or stand, however you like to get your feet back to under the hips. Tadasana. Shoulders up to the ears and shoulder blades. Shoulders up to the ears and shoulder blades back down. Nice big shoulder circles. Feet together. Arms out from your shoulders. Cross your right upper arm over the left for Garudasana. Now, if you can't quite take hold of your thumb or face your palms, embrace your shoulders. And whatever hand hold, bring the shoulder blades down. Feel how that makes more space for the back of the neck. And your head just resting. Good, and we're going to bend the knees. Bring your right leg onto your tiptoes, or just lift your heel off the floor and test your balance. So you're standing into your left leg. So you can hold the legs in this way, or you can try crossing your right thigh over your left. And you can tuck your foot in beside, or some people can go behind. Wow. Not me. We'll draw the shoulder blades down. And feeling the back of the neck at ease here. Nice relaxed approach to tricky balance, to long spine, to easy neck and shoulders, and release. Inside edges of the feet together again. And the knees a little, arms out. And this time left, upper arm over the right. So the higher you cross above the elbows, then the more movement you'll have in your lower arms. But if you can't quite reach, embrace your shoulder. And then we're all going to bring the shoulder blades down and notice the influence that has in the back of the neck, back of the shoulders. Whoa, neck nice and relaxed. Okay, lifting your left leg up onto the left tiptoe. You're balanced on your right leg. Beautiful. See how you go. You might be able to lift that leg up and cross the right thigh over the left. Sorry, the left over right. Wrong way. And feel the lift of the spine. Relaxed feeling in your shoulders and your neck. Beautiful balance. Flow of the breath. And release. Let's take the feet under the hips. Arms out from the shoulders. Palms up. Thumbs back. And make little circles. When you make your little circles, we want to try and reach into that back part of our range of movement. It's going to activate where we've been trying to relax. So we want to stay relaxed in the neck. So just check where this muscular fatigue can be felt in the body. Finding the flow of your breath and finding your range of movement. Beautiful. And release your arms so they might feel like they've worked hard. And we're going to sit down. So I'm going to turn my toes out a little and take my feet a little bit wider. It gives me a little more access to getting closer to the floor. Otherwise, sit on the floor, however that might work for your body. And taking a seat. Simple seat, so it might be cross-legged or have your legs out semi-wide, whatever's comfortable for your knee. But feel the lift of your spine and that lovely balance of the skull over the spine and the shoulders relaxed. Take the arms up by the ears, palms facing forward. Draw the shoulder blades down. Feel the lift of the ribs. We're going to turn the torso to the left side and don't turn your head more than you turn your spine. So just keep the spine all in one line. And just notice how tricky that is when you don't have your hands holding your leg, helping you turn. So turning, but not your head, just your ribs. Try to keep your arms lined up with your ears. The temptation is to turn the head, right? And come back to center. Let's release so that we can swap the cross of the legs if they're crossed. Taking the arms up, palms forward, and see how you go turning your torso to the right. So just keep your face in line with your center front. Don't turn your head further. But really turn the torso. Neck nice and relaxed. Good. And come back to center. So hopefully neck is feeling nice and relaxed. We're going to lay down now. And either you're going to take a baby bridge posture, the donna, a baby one of those. And you're going to lengthen the back of the neck along the floor. Or if you're comfortable, you practice it reasonable amount, you can kick your legs overhead towards the floor. They don't have to touch the floor into plow pose, halasana. So if you support behind the pelvis and just let your legs dangle to where it's comfortable for your neck, for your belly. We'll keep the neck long. If you're in the halasana plow pose, we're going to lower down. Try to lower down using your core and without thumping down. A bit tricky. And come into the baby bridge pose. Back of the neck long. If you've been holding this for plenty, you can come down and take a rest or stay there. Good. And then we're going to release that. Take your arms out from the sides, your shoulders, from your shoulders. And we're going to do left thigh over the right thigh. So just bring the feet together. Left thigh over the right thigh. Lift your hips and take your knees to the right. We're going to hold this in a passive way. We're going to turn the head, look all the way over the left. And let the body be heavy. Let yourself give in to this shape. Find the flow of your breath. Always there. Always available to you. Good. And then coming up to center, feel the core of your body supporting your leg movement to center, and right thigh over the left thigh. Hips swing a little to the right, knees go left. We're going to pick up the head and turn to look all the way over the, and really letting your body be heavy and give in to the feeling the presence of the breath. Feel the core of your body so that you lift your legs, supported by all that muscle, the abdomen and the waist. Beautiful. Coming back to center. Okay, we're going to lift the hips a little and slide on the skin between your shoulder blades, your torso away from your feet. We get a nice long neck. Beautiful. Tuck your tailbone up and lower your spine to the floor. So put the spine as long as we can. Even take your hands now at the occiput or hold your skull, your jaw, and pull your head away from the spine. So we get all those joints at the top of the neck as spacious as we can. Beautiful. And then just lie your arms down at about 45 degrees. So we're here in a neutral position, and let your spine relax. And if you were able to lay your legs out here and take a little shavasana for yourself, that would be a really great thing to do. If, like me, you need to finish your practice, I'm going to take one more moment to feel that long spine, spacious neck, and then rolling over to the right side. And bring that feeling of easeful neck with you. When you're ready, come up and have a seat. And your hands in front of your heart. Take the feeling of the practice with you. Namaste.